Somewhere beyond the recesses of time and space, two podcasters are set adrift in a machine, picking up transmissions of movies that are forgotten but not gone.
Welcome to Movie Memory Machine 5-4, the mini-series that talks about 5 films that are thematically related to the movie we discuss on the main episodes. I am your host, Landen Solano, joined always by my co-host, Truman Caps. Truman, it's good to see you.
Landon, it's good to be seen. What have you got connected for me today?
Well, as you know, we're talking about the movie Simone, or Sim1.
Or S1M0NE.
I have pulled 5 films for you, and I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid right off with the first film. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Here we go.
Well, there is a but in the Truman Show when Jim Carrey is working in his garden and his ass fills most of the frame. Folks, Truman Caps here to tell you the Truman Show is sadly a very good movie. It really
Yeah.
It's great. I actually kind of love it. It's really good. It sucks for me. But yeah, a movie about media culture and celebrity and humanity and that gets more and more and more relevant with each passing year in the exact way that Simone did not.
Why do you think that is?
Because this movie is good? No, because this movie... This movie has the courage of its convictions to actually follow its premise through and escalate what happens and have the titular Truman trying to break out of the show that he's on, whereas Simone is mainly just, 2 hours of gags with Al Pacino trying to keep hiding the identity of his computer lady.
Why wasn't Simone trying to break out?
Why didn't Simone have any agency whatsoever in the film?
That's a good question.
The artificial intelligence movie that is not about artificial intelligence.
Both films written by Andrew Niccol and maybe showing the immense talent of Peter Weir to tell an emotionally centered story on very deep and rich characters. Yeah. Maybe.
And showing that Jim Carrey has, he's got some dramas in him. He can do it. He can do some pathos. He can be zany, but he can also be the sad clown.
That's right. This is kind of his first foray into that, isn't it?
Yeah, this is before he reached the highest heights of the majestic, tongue planted firmly in cheek.
A film I have a very, very personal connection to.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, I think The Truman Show is mostly remembered and beloved by many people, and the connections are pretty obvious. Let's move on to our second film. We have...
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Have you seen...
Oh, Synecdoche, New York. Yes, I did see this movie. I rented it in college because it stars my main man, Philip Seymour Hoffman, pouring an entire beverage out for my favorite actor. I saw this movie and I didn't like it at all. I might have been too young for it. The college junior was just maybe I hadn't had enough shit happen in my life yet, and I think I wasn't ready for the very surreal turns that this movie takes as it goes along. Yeah,
so okay, I pulled this one because I have to admit it's a little bit of a stretch thematically, but I think this film takes the more deep and poignant, albeit abstract, look at what Victor Taransky is going through in Simone, just not through a slapstick lens and more through a, complete downward spiral into your own mind and, masochistic narcissism lens.
Yeah, this is about a small-town theater director who gets basically unlimited resources to do whatever crazy passion project he wants to pursue, and he winds up creating an entire interactive live theater production city inside of a huge aircraft hangar that sort of winds up becoming self-aware in a strange way. It is about like artistic obsession and ambition, and tells a more interesting story than Simone.
Synecdoche is almost like the type of film that Victor Turansky wants to make.
Oh, absolutely. So many different weird, surreal, cryptic scenes in this movie feel like the glimpses of Victor Turansky films that we get in Simone.
I am a huge advocate for this film. It is not an easy watch. It is. I think its initial reaction was very much like, this isn't Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This isn't Being John Malkovich. So it had a little bit, I don't know, going against it for being up its own ass. But, I think if you can set your expectations aside and just meet it on its level, like, it is actually saying some pretty interesting things and achieves some pretty unique things that I don't think other films have even attempted to say.
And now this is Charlie Kaufman writing and directing, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
And, well, talk about a weirdo creative getting full control of something and making something that maybe the producers don't want you to see. So I should revisit this one.
Yeah, I highly encourage everyone going to revisit this one. Okay, we're talking about Simone. We can't talk about Simone without talking about...
Frankenstein. Yes, Frankenstein, a.k.a. What If Simone Wasn't Hot?
I mean, listen, hey, to each their own. I think Boris Karloff was a looker.
I was always more of a Herman Munster guy, but that's also partially because he just has really chill vibes and seems like a good dad.
Well, you know what? Boris Karloff, his monster was never given the chance. So, maybe if he was raised fully by the blind man in The Bride of Frankenstein, he would have turned out like a Herman Munster. We don't know. All the villagers burned him down.
Yeah, the villagers were being total dicks, although Frankenstein did kill a child, so,
Not intentionally. He is
learning. Yeah, how does that hold up in court, dude? Oh, I just accidentally killed the child. Anyway, talk to me about Frankenstein, I guess. I don't know, this child murderer who you love so much.
The thematic connections, we talked about in the main episode of, a monster that, takes a mind of its own, which I kind of wish Simone was a little more Frankenstein, to be honest.
Yeah, would have been great. Would have given more stuff to the movie to be about.
Since we'll never cover this on the main show, I just want to give a bit of trivia that I think is essential.
Okay.
James Whale, the director, made Boris Karloff carry Colin Clive up a mountain at the climax of this movie so many times, and it was a wide shot where he could have been carrying a dummy, that it gave Boris Karloff back problems for the rest of his life and spurred Boris Karloff on to start the Screen Actors Guild to make sure that, part of the start of, he was one of the founding members, to make sure that actors are taken care of and that there are reasonable work hours and requests over physicality and that they're taken care of. So we partly have Frankenstein to thank for that.
Hey, man, okay, solidarity forever. I take back all the bad things I said about Frankenstein. If he was instrumental in a very powerful union getting started, I'm all about that. So you were telling the story about Boris Karloff having to carry this guy up the mountain so many times. I was hoping that the end was going to be, and by the end of production, he was super ripped and like strong. Not that it did lasting damage.
He was that going into it, I think. So,
wow. Well, that's okay. Well, that's cool. Well, I should watch Frankenstein so I can appreciate Boris Karloff's sacrifice.
Everyone should go watch Frankenstein. It is amazing. Moving on to our fourth film. Have you seen?
Oh, Being There. I've not seen Being There, and I feel like a big old piece of crap for it every day because I've heard nothing but great things about this film.
It is an amazing film. Peter Sellers, a challenging person, but indelible comedic talent. In one of his final roles, this is... okay, listen, just a side note. No one should make you feel bad for not having seen something. The fact that you haven't seen Being There yet, I'm jealous because you get to experience that for the first time, and I wish I could do that again.
I mean, now listen, I have seen that last shot from Being There where he walks across the thing, so I've had the ending spoiled for me. I know that he was Jesus the whole time, but
no,
other
he wasn't.
Than that,
You're nothing's been spoiled. You don't know what that shot means if you haven't seen the whole movie.
Okay, well, great. I can't wait. But so how does being there plug into Simone in that everyone is seeing something there that isn't actually there, so to speak?
Exactly. Yeah. So Peter Sellers is basically playing a character named Chance, who is blank. Like, you don't know if there's something wrong with him, if he's challenged in some way, if he's slow, you don't know exactly what is going on with him. He's just kind of a blank slate, and people see what they want to in him. And so he kind of falls backwards into this world of politics and media. It just keeps kind of climbing, even though he has no aspirations for it. It just is kind of like, okay, this is what's in front of me now, and I'm just going to respond very like, I like cutting flowers. And he's a gardener, Chance the gardener.
Ah, sure.
And so he has all these, like, everyone thinks he's speaking in metaphors. Like, when you are bringing up a flower, you want to make sure, and everyone kind of interprets what he's saying for their own means. And so, I don't know, it's just, I pulled this one thematically because it is pretty much what you said.
Okay.
So I didn't need to talk for the last 5 minutes.
I am moving being there up my list because I didn't realize that it was about media and politics, and boy, if there's one thing I like more than media, it's politics. So I'm excited to see it and lend context to that water walking at the end.
Alrighty, moving on to our final film.
The Player. God. Boy, we love when Tim Robbins is in a movie, don't we, folks? We love it when Tim Robbins is young and in a movie, and like you know what I'm saying. We love looking at this guy.
Just get your Hudsucker stuff out.
I mean, it's already out there on this episode too. I'm talking about Simone is the Wario to Hudsucker Proxy. Hudsucker Proxy is Simone's Mario, if you will. So beyond that, I mean, this is an entertainment industry satire that actually does go for it. It does have the knives out.
Yes, and works. I have never been one that, I don't know, I can't quite penetrate the world of Robert Altman. I don't know why. I've tried many times. I enjoy his films, but like I don't quite get it. And I keep trying, and I'm happy to keep trying. The Player is one of the few that I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm on board. I like what's going on here. This is a fantastic film.
This is one of his most focused movies. It's kind of about a thing, even if it takes a long time getting there. It's more or less one character doing one set of things. Yeah, exactly. And I think this film, like, Simone almost doesn't need to exist because The Player said everything about the Hollywood system that Simone, I don't know, is trying to say. Yeah. The Player shows that Hollywood is rotten without even needing to bring technology into the question.
Oh my goodness. Anything else to add about The Player before we end this episode?
When I first watched this movie with my parents, my main memory from it, although I remember a lot of things from it, is Whoopi Goldberg sort of intimidating Tim Robbins by sitting there twirling a tampon around and talking about how the tampons that she accidentally bought tampons that weren't big enough because she needs jumbo size. And I remember thinking, wow, what a power move from Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, that's a note to end on. And
you shouldn't have asked me. Why did you ask me what I had to say? I'm only going to say dumb stuff. Come on. How long have we been doing this?
Until next week when we cover another episode, I have been Landen Solano.
And I've been Truman Caps. See ya, everybody.
Goodbye.
Movie Memory Machine is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. Join our Patreon at patreon.com/gruntworkpod to keep the machine running. Theme song by Porky's Groove Machine. Rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. For more information on today's show, visit MovieMemoryMachine.com.